question is, how long have you been a beekeeper?
I've been keeping bees about 12 years, and my first beehive was given to me by my nephew Isaac as a gift.
How many hives do you have?
Currently, right now, I have 4 large hives and then 6 nucleus hives, which you can see to your right here. These are smaller hives. They're just starting out. I'm trying to build them up.
So nucleus hives are smaller hives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like the word says, nucleus. It's a small part of a
bigger. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So it'll take a year to get these guys built up, typically, before you would have them in larger boxes and then take honey from them. If that's what you want to do, is harvest honey.
Why did you start being a beekeeper?
Because of the biology end of it. I went into college into wildlife biology, and biology is still my first love. And I ended up I always wanted to work on endangered species preservation. And so after about a year of biology, I figured out you can't have endangered species preservation if you don't have the habitat to do it. So that told me you have to manage man's actions. So I went into geography in the man-land tradition, and so I ended up getting a bachelor's and master's in physical geography or sciences.
Yeah.
And so anyway, when Isaac gave me that hive, it was a dream come true because I've always continued my independent studies on birds and any animal I could look at or get my hands on around here in the plains and everywhere I've lived. So anyway, it's just kind of like an ongoing biology experiment for me.
That's cool.
And you can spend a lifetime with bees and never know everything. Every year I learn something new, so it's fascinating, quite fascinating.
That's awesome. How do bees help with pollination?
Well, they actually pollinate quite a huge amount of the food that humans eat, and fruits, vegetables, and the like, and then just sustaining other species. The pollination is a side effect of them just gathering their food, which is pollen, and they're attracted to the nectar of the flower. So I was just going to tell you, bees see in the infrared light spectrum completely different from us. So if they just see a white daisy with a gold center, I mean, that's what we see. To them, a lot of those flowers have stripes going down the petals in the infrared spectrum, so it looks like a tunnel. It's like a bullseye that they head for. And some of these other flowers look like something like out of that Avatar movie. And they're just crazy colors, beautiful.
Yeah, I learned about some of that in my zoo science classes.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
It's fantastic, but we don't get to see any of that.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we could.
Yeah.
Do you think bees are important to the environment?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, they help sustain species of flora just by pollinating them and sustaining they perpetuate them by pollinating them and allowing them to continue making seeds and keep it going. So yeah, they're a huge part of the environment. They're actually like a key species. If we didn't have bees, several other tiers in the natural environment would start to decrease in vitality and start to drop out.
Yeah.
So they're very vital. That includes wasps, a lot of flies that pollinate. There's quite a number of native bees in Kansas even that don't look like the honeybee. These guys came in with the colonists originally, right? So they're non-native. But at the time they came onto the continent, a huge part of the eastern half of the U.S. was covered in trees. So, of course, they swarm naturally and divide their colonies, and they just had a perfect habitat to survive and grow. And here today we have them all over the United States, so all over the world, in fact, different kinds in different places.
You're saying you had more than one kind here? Or?
Yeah. The back behind us, those are Russian genetics. These are Italian or Yeah, there's about 3 different kinds of bees here, but in the end, over a period of time, all the genetics get mixed because each of these hives will produce males that fly around, and that's their only job is to mate with the queens. Okay, so you'll have genetics, gametes, a male end of this equation, and then have all these hives, and then they'll mate with these other bees. That actually gives you what's called hybrid vigor. You know, the 2 different parts together are actually better genetically than the single purebred.
Oh, okay.
And that's why they breed cattle, they crossbreed cattle
Yeah.
and dogs.
Yeah. I didn't realize that with bees too.
Yeah, about everything. These guys, as best as I possibly can, to give them a leg up. So this is just a new hive. I've put a bunch of bees in here, and then I took frames of brood from another hive and added to them in here.
Okay.
And so they're pretty calm. These are all nurse bees. They're just pretty chilled out most of the time. And this thing's got enough bees in here now that where I can add a second story like I have back on those others.
That's neat.
So we'll just take this off kind of gently. They put propolis on everything. Propolis is a resin, plant resin, and so they've already stuck this thing together. So that plant resin has antibiotic properties, and it helps keep the bacteria down out of the hive. So just stand still here. Sometimes if these things pop, they get kind of agitated. You can tell how calm these guys are. That means typically that they are queen right, meaning there's a queen inside there. Their queen is in there. If they're without a queen, they're just get kind of edgy, The cool thing even at zoos and the like, they tend to have a lot of cool, plants and everything.
Yeah.
A lot of them are pretty well landscaped. I could see putting beehives on them. Be really gentle if you get involved in this kind of thing. You just take your time, and what you don't want to do is just yank this out. You see all they're lined up here? They're looking at us. They're like little bulldogs wondering, who are you? And what are you doing? They're like puppies. They line up, just look at you. Okay, so some of them are going to get rubbed. I don't know if you can hear them.
Yeah, I can hear them making that noise.
Okay. So, this is, get a better grip on this. Okay, Cal. So, you see, this has had brood in it, and now they've backfilled it with pollen. You see that pollen?
Yeah.
Okay. That orange pollen. So, they've mixed that. Like I said, this is nectar that they've backfilled here. And these big guys, these are the males. Their only job is to eat and mate. And when they do the act, their abdominal muscles contract and their abdomen explodes. So it's a one-time deal, and they're dead before they hit the ground.
Wow.
They're larger bodied, and they just come in and eat. And then when swarming season starts, they'll go out and just fly around. So here, why don't you hold on to this? Here, just grab that. You can see how much honey weighs. Just keep a firm grip on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah. So, so the queen's not here. She's normally not hanging out where you know, all the workers are, and I mean where all the honey is.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, there's a huge male. Look at that big guy.
Wow, he's pretty big.
I'll take it.
Wow, that one's full.
Yeah, these are all nurse bees. These are all infertile females.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't progressed to being outside to being foragers yet. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, Callie.
Yeah.
So you see these little white pupa in here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see those in the light.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so these are several days old. They're different ages. That means you've got a good queen and she's laying in here.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the grubs, essentially, the pupa that have been laid.
How many eggs, or how many, eggs, I guess, can she lay a day?
2,500 a day if everything's right. If there's enough food
Mm-hmm.
and there's enough bees to support those kids. If there isn't, she won't lay.
Okay.
And see, this is a good brood frame. They've got all these babies, and they've got all the kitchen cabinets completely surrounding all the kids.
So, like, what's going on over here with these bees? Like, are they...
No, those are males.
Okay.
So he's hatching as we speak.
Uh-huh.
Out and harden up and look like one of these big guys here.
Neat.
Wondering if the queen's in here somewhere. It's about impossible to find her. But these are capped babies. These are probably a few days away from hatching out.
Mm-hmm.
And those would be worker bees, the infertile females. And they'll hatch, and one of the first things they do is they'll start eating, and then they progress through a series of jobs of, you know, housekeeping, nurse bees, you know, undertakers, bees that take pollen from others and nectar it and store it. And the last phase of their life is being a forager.
Okay.
And they'll live 40 to 80 days. I don't see the queen here. You'll know it when you see her. She's like a big opera singer. Huge, bigger than, not quite as big as a male, but. So this is another great frame.
Mm-hmm.
Nice even brood pattern. And you've got, here's one of bright yellow and orange right next to it.
Yeah.
Pollen. That's just, I just love looking at that. It's like looking at a rainbow. See that?
Yeah, that's really neat.
So, go ahead and hold that for me.
Yep. Do they switch queens?
Queens typically last 2 to 4 years. Maybe a real hardy queen, they might last 5 years, maybe tops. Oh yeah, it's so cool. There's one with more of a yellow one. See right there in the center?
Yeah, I see her.
Yeah, I can't see her anymore.
I saw her for a second.
Yeah, there she is. She's got more of a yellow. So that's a whole different point. I don't know what it is.
How long does it take when they're out flying to, like, fill up with pollen?
You know, it depends. I've seen bees fly around all afternoon and not get much on them. And then we had like squash plants here a couple of years ago, and they just within minutes would come out covered head to toe with pollen. Tons of pollen there. Look at all that. Pollen. Well, the old gal's like buried under a pile of bees somewhere, which is cool. That's where she should be. Look at all that.
That's a lot.
Wow.
They're working hard.
Yeah. That's a good sight. That just means everything's going good for them. They'll just decide as a group they'll have enough of you.
Yeah.
And then you're racing to put it back together, you know. And
do you run into that issue a lot?
It happens just because I like to study them so much. You know? I can tell they're slowly winding up here. They're up here on the top. They're higher up looking now. Even they're not ready to pounce, but they're just
Kind of intimidating.
letting you know.
Yeah. Thanks for showing me that.
Yeah.